Hi, I had a haircut. Hello beautiful people and welcome back to UpcycledOnly, where I take clothes from secondhand shops and breathe new life into them so they look a little bit more like what you would find on fast fashion websites. So here we have some sexy ass dad trousers. These are actually my dad's trousers that he gave to me when he did a clear out. So what I want to do with them is obviously take them in at the sides and also at the back because there is an enormous amount of room. I then need to start thinking about the rest of the trousers. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with the bottom of these trousers, but there is a hem here, so that could be useful. We'll see. As you can see here, I got very excited, and I have already put safety pins in down the back seam running into the crotch. It's about, I'm going to say, 1.5 inches that I've taken in. What would have been really good is if I could have just sewn through this and created the new back seam, but unfortunately there exists things such as belt loops, so I'm gonna remove them first and then that's gonna make my life easier. Sorry, there's a pin sticking like in at me. I don't know where all my pins gone. It's like hair grips. Now hair grips always get lost in life. Pins also get lost. I think a lot of them fell down the cracks of my old apartment, but still annoying. First thing I'm gonna do is take off these belt loops, then we will get started on sewing things. And this here would be the gripping footage of me seam ripping belt loops. What you can't hear, however, because I have removed the audio, is the banging 90s tunes in the background. I believe I was listening to 5 at this point in my life. Well, that was an enormous amount of effort because this is sewn into the waistband, so I'm gonna have to just cut that off. So everything else is gonna look clean, apart from this bit, but hopefully it'll be hidden, so hopefully it won't matter. Belt loop. Detached. I've just realised I have to do this 4 times. Yay! Oh, calm down, Tamsin, it's not the worst thing to happen to you this year. So yes, I did go ahead and detach 4 belt loops, just like that. Alright, now that the belt loops are out of the way, I can go ahead and sew this so we can have a lovely clean back seam. Ta-da! Back seam finished. Not a bad job if I do say so myself. Now all I need to do is take in the sides. What I want to try and do is preserve the pockets. However, I'm a realistic human being and I know that this might not be possible. My first priority is, of course, to get both sides looking as even as possible. To the side seams. So in theory, all I should need to do is close this gap about 1 inch and then tuck it in front of the pocket and then take it in from the sides so it creates a nice clean seam. So here we have some pinned seams. They both look pretty even. I was quite impressed with myself. What I'm hoping is also when I sew down those seams that I can just pop, oh yeah, that would be me stabbing myself with a pin again. What I'm hoping is that I can just slide my hand into the pocket like that. I'm hoping that I've got uncompromised pockets. Only time will tell whether or not I manage to save the pockets. Alright gang, I just had a moment because I sewed all the way down the side and it was so tight and it was crap. So I undid it, and as I was undoing it, I put a hole in my trousers, which is highly annoying. What I have done is it was too tight around the hips, so I've sewed in another stitch, a little looser, going all the way down to the edge. I am going to gather the cuffs because I think that's going to look really cool. So what I need to do now is do exactly the same thing on the other side. I've come in just short of 1 inch here and I'm going to go all the way down. I followed the curve of the hip because I didn't do that last time and it looked crap. I'm not concerned about the pockets anymore. That's the last thing on my mind. I have been listening to 90s tunes. I think I put on 1 song and then all of a sudden my Spotify played a playlist, which I'm not mad about because I'm a 90s baby. Yeah, gathering the bottom really helps because then they look cooler. They actually look better, you see? They don't look so shit, whereas this side, it's like, hello, I'm a work trouser trying to be something else. No, we've got some crotch issues going on, so I need to fix that. I think I need to, like, that'd be better, but still, I'm unhappy with the way that the hips are. I don't know whether I just need to cut out the excess fabric, because there is a lot of excess fabric. I always have this, so when I adjust trousers that are too big, I always get left with like a baggy bit up at the back here, which is annoying, and I'm not quite sure how to, well, fix it. But if I do figure that out, I think these will be sehr cool.
A few moments later.
First step, cut off excess fabric. Step 1, complete. Step 2, pin the waistband to the bit just underneath it, so that when it gets sewn and folded back over, it hides about an inch's worth of material. Ideally, I'd do this around the whole waistband, but it's a bit of an issue because there's a zip there. I'm gonna sew it, and we'll see what happens. Doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna try them on and see if I notice how terrible they've been sewn. That is not bad. It has made them fit a lot better. Now the only thing is these damn pockets that I need to sort out. And then I will fix this gathered end thing. I will sew some proper elastic in them and make them look slightly better. Pockets sewn shut, which is devastating because I love a pocket. However, it wasn't making it look right. I also just happen to have elastic that fits the cuff perfectly. So I've measured this around my ankle. I'm gonna thread it through. Yeah, see? That's what we like. Yes, yes. We love a cuff. Just realised, can't top stitch it like that, can I? Gonna have to take the elastic out, re-top stitch it, and then put the elastic back in. God, if I didn't have my head screwed on, I swear to God. 2 very nicely sewn cuffs. Now all they need is elastic. And then I'm gonna put them on. And I really hope they don't look terrible. So, to close the cuffs, I have sewn a line down there. I'm gonna tuck that. Can't do it with one hand. Right, I just lost my shit there. So, I tucked that back in to that little hole, and now I'm gonna stretch this like this and sew along there to close it up, and I'm gonna do exactly the same thing onto the side. Side note, as I said, I was listening to 90s music. Does anyone remember that song Barbie Girl? Does anyone remember that song Barbie Girl? Of course everyone remembers that song Barbie Girl because it was bloody awful. How was that even a song? Anyway, what I'm gonna do now is chop off the side seam. I think once I chop that off, that's not gonna be digging into my side and I'm actually gonna need to take more in. So I'm gonna chop it off and see what happens. I have gathered. I'm gonna try it on before I sew it permanently shut because it could be terrible. Like I said, I have commitment issues when it comes to cutting things. Okay, so sewing the pocket shut seems to have fixed all of my problems because now they fit. I don't need pockets, do I? But I do really like the cuffed detail at the bottom because that means I can wear them with heels. In fact, I'm gonna style this right now. I'm very excited. 2 seconds. Well, she's not gonna win any style awards because she needs to wash her hair. She's wearing a sports bra that she did a dance class in earlier, and generally she's living a very questionable life. Lockdown 2.0. But with heels, I'm not mad about it. They don't look bad at all. This hole here, I might see if there's something I can do about that, like patch that up with some of the scrap material. We can go up on the raper barn in that. I might have a look at that crotch, you know. Solved it, lads. All I need to do is put a belt on. So I'm gonna reattach the belt loops here and here, and then I'll be able to wear it with a belt. Then we'll be golden. The other thing I'm gonna do, I've just decided I'm gonna do, is cut out the pockets because I don't need them. They are completely useless and it might free up some space, which might mean they might fit better. They might. We don't know. We'll see. This could be a mistake. Oh well. Had to go through my bin, but found belt loops. Going to reattach them. Gonna figure out where I need to reattach them so they're actually gonna be functional first. Belt loops back. Now, to tackle this little hole here. God, it's so bad. I don't know what to do with that. Finding a way to cover it. It's gonna be tricky. Hole in my pants. What hole in my pants? Yes. At first I tried to sew in an extra bit of material, which I'm not gonna lie to you, gang, it did absolutely nothing. And then when I turned it the right way around, I realised that I still had some bits left over, which was why it was looking so scrappy. So I just did a mattress stitch, and it's worked pretty well. Time will tell, it might not hold forever, but it'll hold for a little bit of time. I think that's it. Well, I won't lie to you, I'm pretty pleased with these. Considering what they looked like beforehand, they actually fit. Definitely looking forward to wearing these out and about once we are all out of lockdown and the world goes a little bit back to normal. If you'd like to check out any of my other videos, please do. I will be very, very happy to have you there, and I'll see you all next time.